Hello, happy, healthy people. Welcome to virtual indoor cycling. You already know this, but I'm Denise Drews. I'm your coach today, and I'm here to inspire you to work hard, to be your best, and to leave this bike better than when you jumped on. So come on, let's do this. We're riding at 70 RPMs. I've got a nice long warm up for you. We'll go through the whole body during the warm up. And then we have 4 short little stages of moderate to hard intensity and a big blowout at the end, taking us to breathless. So you and I are here for 55 minutes of good, sweaty fun. Put some light resistance on the wheel. We're gonna stay easy through the warm up. We're just gonna let our body have a chance to warm up, but also loosen up. So let's just start by taking some deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Give yourself time to arrive here in the saddle. You've probably been doing some things already today, being the busy person that you are. And now it's time for you. Time for self-care. So just take a second to arrive here. Let's add about a quarter turn of resistance so you can start to feel the front of the pedal stroke. Sitting light in the saddle, strong in the core, tall through the spine. You know the drill, right? And if you don't, you will. Deep breaths. So, shift your hips back until you feel your 2 sitting bones on the back cushy part of your saddle. Those are like loopy bones. They look like almost like 2 little eyes underneath your pelvis. And we're just sitting right on those. You feel a slight shift every time you push a pedal down. Maybe a little more resistance, just so it stays interesting. That circle feels smooth. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Turn up the corners of your mouth. Arrive here. So I've been spending the morning going back through all of the retreats I've led since 2015, 7 years of retreats, and messaging or emailing every single person who's ever traveled with me, inviting them to come to Maui with me in December. So I've been super in my head, like numbers and letters and people and memories and messages, been really in my head. And I'm just noticing right now, it just takes a while to shift south of the neck. and still kind of having those conversations. So maybe you can relate to that. It takes a while. So what I'd like you to do, if you can relate to that, I want you to just feel something in your body right now, one place in your body where you're feeling movement or breath or tension or some kind of sensation. Bring your attention to one place in your body and imagine breathing into that one place. So I'm feeling a little tension between my shoulder blades, and I'm just going to direct my breath there for a minute. I'm going to breathe deep and kind of imagine those shoulder blades spreading apart, that little knot of tension softening a bit. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. So with those sitting bones on the back of the saddle, lift the muscles of your pelvic floor. In yoga, it's called Mula Bandha. It's lifting the perineum, those tissues beneath us, and they're part of our core strength. So just think of lifting that pelvic floor in and up. Feel a sense of lifting up away from your saddle, but keep your shoulders relaxed. The only way to be light in the saddle is to have something to push with our feet. So we got to have a little bit on the wheel. Through this ride, I will be reminding you to switch your lead leg. And if you can kind of feel the rhythm of music, you have one leg that's always on the downbeat. So for me right now, it's boom, 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 boom. And so I'm going to change that consciously so I get even work. Take a look down at your knees. Create a nice straight line from the front of your kneecap right over your middle toe. So knees in line with your feet. Your knees should feel like a smooth, easy hinge. You're feeling the ball of your foot on the pedal. Not the arch, not the toes. The ball of the foot is right on top of the pedal. So make that adjustment if you need to. That's where you're going to have the most strength and stability. And then just wiggle your toes. Just loosen up your feet inside of your shoes. The work comes from up here. We're just connected down there. Let your feet relax. Continue to breathe into that place in your body as a way to get your own attention. Reach back with one hand and see if you can feel your tailbone. You got to kind of dig deep in there, right? But I want you to see if you can point your tailbone back toward the wall behind you, kind of where the floor meets the wall. So you've got a little angle instead of tucking that tailbone under you. And then if you come up from there, you should feel that wide, flat surface just above your glutes. That's called sacrum, that flat, bony surface on the back of your pelvis. That's actually the bottom of your spine. Now trace that up to your lumbar spine. That's the part of the spine that curves inward. Reach up as far as you can. You might have to come up from the top, the outward part of your spine where your ribs are, and then feel your neck. So take that whole chain from tailbone to skull and stretch it out. Stretch it out. Imagine that string through the crown. You're on an angle, lifted. Shoulders are relaxed. Elbows are soft. Hands are light. Continue to breathe. Where do you feel sensation in your body? Send breath there. That might travel around a little bit. Keep your own attention. Come out of your head into your body. So a nice long warm-up. We're ready to go. 4 stages of moderate to hard. We'll be climbing slow and then fast, meaning working with resistance, slow and then fast. Stage 1, adding resistance. Let's get up out of this saddle, shall we? So find moderate resistance. Stand with me. We're down to 60 RPMs. Let's connect that heart rate, folks. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 6, that's not true, 7, I want you at 7. So 7 is not too hard, but it is work. It feels good, but it doesn't feel hard. That's where we're going next. So find 7. If you're watching your heart rate, you're at 70%. We've got another minute out of the saddle. Try to stand as long as you can. Sit when you need to. One thing that helps is to maintain this crease in the hip, tailbone pointing back, spine long, core strong. Let your glutes, your hammies and your quads do the work. Breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Great job. Keep that resistance. Have a seat. We're going up to 75. So that's how we make it hard, is we keep our resistance and we pedal faster. 4 stages. Every stage, hard, gets a little harder. Got that? It gets a little longer, but it also gets a little faster. So this is where we really get to rev it up. We're here for 3 minutes. Hard means level 8, or 80% of your heart rate. Do you know what your heart rate percentages are? Google it. The simple formula is 220 minus your age. That becomes your max. And then you work percentages of that. Most fitness professionals shun that because it's too simple. And it doesn't take into consideration your fitness level. So if I did that test, 220 minus my age, let's just round it, 60. My max would be 160. And then when I work percentages of that down, I would not work as hard as I can work. I've been doing this a long time. So there's a formula that I can link in the notes called Carbonin, and we factor in resting heart rate. And that gives us a much more accurate target heart rate prediction. So, if you don't have that information, we're gonna go by how we feel. Scale of 1 to 10, you're an 8. It's hard, but you can breathe. You haven't crossed that line to breathless just yet. Remember, we're not going there till the end of the ride. So make this challenging, but sustainable. Are you still breathing? In through the nose, out through the mouth. Here we go, stage 2. Slow it down. 65 RPM, get that resistance where you need it. You might just keep it right where it is. Might be perfect. We're going back to moderate. 7. Let's stand up. We've got about 3.5 minutes here. Side to side, weight over the pedal, full body. Find a little weave, a little ease. Uh-oh. Shoulders relaxed. Strong breath. Easy weave. 7. This is fun effort. Not hard effort, fun effort. Woo. Good job, everybody. Let's pull in some affirmations. We could start with I like it. Like, I like this. I like the way it feels to be challenging my body in a good and healthy way. I like these endorphins. I like this muscle work. I like this sweat. I like this. Change the narrative. I can promise you this, your body likes this. Your mind might have been taught that this is something besides fun, torture, hard, punishment, but it's not. This is good. This is good. Seven on a scale of a 1 to a 10. These lights are going crazy, like a disco around here. Go ahead and keep that resistance. Have a seat. As promised, this will get harder every time. So we have a challenge in front of us. 85 RPMs. You need to adjust a little, but challenge yourself to stay with hard effort for 3.5 minutes. All right, ready for an affirmation? I love myself unconditionally. I love myself unconditionally. How does that feel? I love myself unconditionally. What does that mean to you as you pedal here at 85 RPMs? I love myself unconditionally. So, what does it feel like to be loved unconditionally by another person? Have you had that experience from a parent, a grandparent, someone who loves you and you do not have to earn their love? I got super lucky and have a mom who models that. I could seriously rob a bank and my mom would say, "Oh, honey, you must have really needed the money." Unconditional love. There is nothing I could do to change her love. And it's because she is love. She is a lover. She sees the best in people. So what would it be like to offer that to yourself? To not have to earn your love. To just have self-love because you are loved. And you look for the best in people, starting with yourself. I love myself unconditionally. I don't have to perform. I don't have to achieve or find perfection. I love myself unconditionally. Try it on. Repeat 1,000 times. All right, my friends, guess what? We are at stage 3. That means we get to slow down to 65 RPMs. Go ahead and keep that resistance on. We've got 4 minutes standing, 4 minutes seated. Are you ready? Let's go. Do you remember back in the day? Maybe you have to be old to know this, but when we got in trouble in school, sometimes our teachers would make us write, "I will not," and then whatever thing we did wrong, 100 times on a paper or worse on the chalkboard. "I will not chew gum in class," 100 times. So those teachers actually knew the value of repetitive affirmations. They were ingraining, hopefully for them, a truth in us. And it works the same way. Repeating, "I love myself unconditionally," until you believe it and it becomes true. Find that deeper, stronger, slower breath. We're back to 7. This is fun work. So good, my friends. We are well past our halfway mark. These stages get harder, longer, faster. Check in. Where is one place in your body where you're feeling a sensation? Direct your breath there. Who's having fun? Yeah. Almost there, folks. We get to sit down, but it is no reward. We go hard from here. Make sure this still feels like 7. Is there any tension in your upper body, your hands, your arms, your shoulders? Can you loosen up there? Can you go back to your weave, side to side? Nice job, Kay. Here it gets challenging. Have a seat. Whew. Here's your challenge. You're keeping resistance on the wheel, and we are pushing 90 RPMs. Hips go back, pelvic floor lifts, sit tall, do all the things you know that help you. I want you to find that steady pace. You need to take a little bit off. Go ahead, but don't cheat yourself. We want level 8 right here. 80% of our maximum heart rate. So the benefits of establishing unconditional love for yourself are obvious, right? Inner peace, joy, freedom, expression, trusting yourself, all those come. But another tremendous benefit of learning to love ourselves unconditionally is then we extend that to others. And then we are more like my mom. And instead of going through life waiting for people to earn our love, seek our approval, avoid our criticism and judgment, we just love because it's who we are. It's unconditional. And it starts right here, my friends. Can you be compassionately accepting of what you're doing right now? Can you have that voice in your head, like my mom? Oh, honey, I know this is hard, and look at you. You're doing it. You're doing your best. You showed up. You are perfect just the way you are. This level of effort is perfect. I love you unconditionally. You've got one more minute. When that voice becomes your voice, that's how we see others. It's kind of interesting, and you've heard it a million times, but we can only love others with the capacity that we know love for ourselves. So if I'm critical of my body because of cellulite or wrinkles, my human ego mind goes around looking for those faults in others because ego likes to feel consoled and special. But if what I see over here is goodness and kindness, that's what I look for. All right, let's slow it down again. 65 RPMs. You can keep that resistance where it is, or maybe add a little. As promised, the stages get harder and longer and faster. So that means this is a 10-minute stage. It's our longest one so far. Let's see if we can keep heart rate connected now. How are we doing with this unconditional love thing? Pretty good? All right, so oxygen in, CO2 out. Get on up. We'll be standing for just under 5 minutes. If we're standing too long, you know you can always sit, and vice versa. Trying to stay around that 7, so not too hard just yet. Remember, this is fun work. You keep standing. My hair's bugging me. Maybe that's my excuse because I wanted to sit down. All right, that's better. Can't have bouncy hair when you're trying to get serious, right? I love myself unconditionally, and I offer that to others. The people in your life are going to be so happy when you're done with this ride. Strong core, tall spine, deep breath. Can you feel your hips touching the saddle? Can you feel those light hands on the handlebars? Another affirmation could be, I honor myself. I value myself. That could be more concrete. How am I acting in a way that honors myself, my true self, my big self? Right now, what you're doing honors yourself. This is a gift. Taking great care of yourself. Staying healthy. Staying strong. Keeping your energy level up. Honoring yourself. I value myself. How am I acting in a way that values my true self? The things I put in my body, the things I watch, read, and experience. Are they valuing true self, high self? So my friends, I'm going to ask a lot of you in this last hard stretch. End of stage 4. Let's try to keep this resistance on. Have a seat and push our legs to 100 RPMs. We're here for 4 minutes, and it's our final stage. So if you need to adjust resistance to allow faster cadence, do it. Don't let it all off. You can let some off. Oh, good times. How's the sweat? Roll back through that posture, alignment. list. And then maybe find that one place in your body where there's a lot of sensation right now. Breathe there. Right now, I'm really feeling my quadriceps. I'm going to imagine breathing into those muscles. Shoulders are relaxed. There is joy here, right? There's joy, there's ease. Even when we're working hard, we can find ease, we can find joy. Ah. 4, stay strong. Breathe. Enjoy. What are little things you can do throughout today that prove you value yourself? When was the last time you bought yourself flowers or wrote yourself a love note? Or put those sticky notes on your mirror. Reminders, I love myself unconditionally, without condition. I don't have to earn it. I love a quote by Thich Nhat Hanh, who says, I'm gonna slaughter this, but we love even when the other person is not acting lovable. Why? Because we love. We are love. So, even when you are not acting lovable, and no one knows better than you, even when you're being whiny or lazy or whatever it is you judge yourself for, and you still love yourself. We love even when they are not acting lovable. Unconditioned. Unconditional, without condition. So what's one way we can honor or value self today and just prove this unconditional love? Hint, you're doing it right now. You set aside time and you have not quit. You're here. Take an exaggerated breath into your belly. Let it go with a sigh. Because guess what? We have come to our final song. We're slowing down again. We're adding resistance. We are in and out of the saddle. We're about 65 RPMs and we're hanging out here. This is our last song. Stretching, cool down comes right after this. So stand up with me. Remember I told you we're gonna take off the lid and let it go? Well, this is it. So you're standing and I'd like you to add resistance. Find hard effort out of the saddle. Breathe deeper. Feel those hips on the saddle. Tapping the saddle, not on the saddle, barely touching. Upper body relaxed. From hard, we'll drop our hips and accelerate to breathless. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. I know you're eager. We've already done a lot of work. We've already burned a lot of calories. We are so good. Set your core, belly in, lengthen. Reach back a little. Get yourself ready. Have a seat. Accelerate. Keep that resistance. Can you make it to 90? Breathless. Crossing the line. Come on. Crossing the line. 90+% of your max. Low to 65. Try not to touch resistance. I know your legs want you to. Don't do it. Whew. That worked. When you're ready, come back up. Deep breath, exaggerated breath. That's what your muscles need. Whew. Oh la la. You got this. All right, say it out loud now. I love myself unconditionally. Down we go. Accelerate. Try for 90 RPMs. Go to breathless. It's you versus you. Nothing to prove, everything to gain. Come on, you're strong, you're passionate, you're healthy and happy. Ride it. Woo. Hold on. Ah, good gracious. Slow it again. Oh, baby. Oh, Billie Jean. Whew. Sit tall. Breathe deep. When you are ready, walk it out. How's your sweat factor? How's your breath? Oi, working it. Finish line is in sight, my friends. Have a seat. Let's do one more. Knock one in on us. Accelerate. All right, folks, this is your finish line. Don't give up on you. If anything, add resistance. Let's finish with a bang. You are worthy. You have value. You are enough. Keep it going, keep it going. We're so close. Life is good. Life is good, isn't it? Hold on. Hold on. We're gonna do something really fun right now as we head to cool down. And by fun, I really mean it this time. Keep your legs fast. And release. a significant amount of that resistance and just come to easy. Okay, friends. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. All right. Let your legs come to 70 RPMs. Easy resistance, back where we started. Lift really tall, pelvic floor lifted. Those deep breaths, everything settling, sinking, calming. Sit tall. And let's just do a little flow. Inhale. And then exhale, press behind. Inhale, palms up. Exhale, palms toward each other like you're holding a beach ball, palms up. And like you're holding a beach ball. And up. And back, and we'll hold that beach ball, feeling a stretch in the front. Bend your elbows, interlace, stretch. I'm keeping my legs moving for a reason. I'm just letting my heart rate taper, my breathing taper, just continuing to move oxygen through the body. Arms up, hook a thumb. Bend your elbows, look up, stretch through your shoulders. Twitch the thumb that's in front. And release your arms down. Let's roll those shoulders out. Hands come up to the handlebars. And we're just gonna stand on the pedals. So press your hips forward and then reach hands forward, shift your hips back. Come back up, switch feet, hips come forward and press back. Do that again. Come up, press your hips forward and back. And then switch that, switch your feet, hips forward, and you are back. Come down to the saddle again. Just let one of your knees come forward. Take a twist, looking over that shoulder. And release, switch, bring the other knee forward. Twist, lengthen, breathe. I love myself unconditionally. Say it out loud. Let's unhook our feet from the pedals. Let's step off to the side of our bike. And we'll move sideways, so shifting a hip, sweeping an arm up and over, opposite side. Shift a hip, sweep up and over. So as we finish this ride, my friends, my wish for you is that you could see yourself the way your loved ones see you. And you could let yourself off the hook and live in a space of unconditional love. You are worthy, you have tremendous value, and you are enough. Thanks for taking time today to take really great care of yourself. Let's just move the hips in nice big circles. And then you get on out there and have yourself a fantastic day. Thanks for being here. See you next time. Hi, friends. Just want to say thank you so much for joining me here for these workouts. If you like what you find here, make sure to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I love when you leave comments. Let's keep working out together. We will make our world and the world a better place.